recording studio here tonight. You know, when I say things like that, I usually think, do it. Oh, well, flowers do live on the ground predominantly. Flower, you're. Oh, one flower attracts another. They're not the easiest things to walk in, these ones. These were the ones I bought when I got cancer. Same company as the. Oh, yesterday. Hello, Julie. Yesterday it was a flashback to different periods of my life, and I suddenly realised that the gang of lads, when he asked for a photograph, I said to the girls who were over, "Do you know him?" They went, "Yeah." And I said, "But don't get too close, hey, I'm a eccentric, childless man in his 50s. Actually, the lads and the young women respected and appreciated what I was saying. I said to they were, they ended up being next in line at the queue at the co-op, and I said to the nice woman behind, "It's a very nice young gentleman." And she looked at me and went, "Really?" And I looked at them, and I noticed that they've all got the same haircut. And I went, "No, look at the haircuts. I mean, look at the haircuts. A bunch of miscreants, if you've ever seen any." And she went, "Yeah." And the lads thought that was funny. But I said, "But in fairness," I said, "I think it was probably a dare." One of them said, "Go up to the weird-looking guy," and he said, "Good evening, sir. And how are you this evening?" And I was just as polite back, and he was like, "Wait, this guy's not as bad." But also, it's Saturday evening, and they're bored, and they were quite intelligent lads, and it turned out, and they weren't so daft as to think, well, I mean, he's definitely interesting, isn't he? To some people, and that was when one said, we ended up sword fighting. He immediately went like that. I went no. Because I taught them economy of movement, which they picked up really quickly. Actually, I was very impressed, and he picked it up so quickly. I said, "You get it wrong, you die. We will rock you." And I said, "Right, okay then." He picked that up in about a second, so I was like, "Wow." I said, "Well, when I say the penitent man lives, duck, as if your life depends on it." The second, and he did, so I could spin round, a reverse spin, to give him time to duck. And it looks good for the boys' social media, which, you know, is very important to young people. And the bunch of young women who were further on, I got to talk to them, and the lads were like going, "Can we do something more?" And I haven't got the energy, I'm sorry. My health's not great. And but then the young women were talking to me so long I got my breath back. And then the young women asked to have photographs taken, and then one, and then someone got the courage to say, "Me too." I went, "Of course, whatever you want." And I said, "If you want, turn the video on, I'll do something fun. Might maybe even sing, because I never know what I'm going to do. I improvise. I'm inspired by the people around, actually." And so one of the lads says, "Can I attack you?" So I threw the sticks at him whilst looking at the women, which amused the women greatly. I don't know, actually. I heard him yelp. I think he caught them, by and large. And so I stood on one leg with my arms like that and said, "Well, attack me then." I said, "Look, block, block, kill." I said, and then I went, "Attack me if you dare." And then he obviously showed his intelligence, went, "No, can we have a sword fight?" I was like, "All right, okay." He just said, "Can we have a fight?" So I prepared for a fight. And the one-legged thing is to go, "Don't mess with me, because I'm serious, and I can do stuff that you dream of," although not if you're a young lad. And the boy, when he stood on one leg, he put his ankle here. Nothing wrong with that. I have mine up here. He put his ankle there. But his balance was so good. I said, put your hands above your head, look up to the sun, look up to your hands, touch your, you know. And he did about 6 or 7 in really quick succession. And he responded immediately to, hey, shoulders straight, back is straight, roll the shoulders. I don't like poor posture. Both the lads responded immediately to my going, sort the shoulders out. Mum did not like poor posture or ties. Not done properly on television, considering that there's someone who, it's on purpose. I don't like people who are untidy on purpose. Yes, I should look at the mirror before I go out. Thought that when I was walking along the street yesterday and was trying to figure out what shoes I was wearing. Do that a lot. Look down just to see what shoes. When I was out then, just please, I'm doing anything today. I've changed clothes. I've even exercised. Did we ever have a point, Cheetah? So then I did some spinning and a little movement to amuse the young lady. Then all of a sudden, I was getting out of breath, but I suddenly realised there's about what appeared to like 200 people in a wide circle surrounding me. I thought, oh no, I've got a crowd. And when I crossed the road, I said to the young people, look, I'm sorry, I've got long-term effects from cancer treatment. So I've got dementia-like symptoms from cancer treatment. So I'll forget you. I said, but you never know. It's quite possible you might remember what I look like. That always gets a laugh. But I was trying to, I was so slow. An old woman, 2 walking sticks, like me. She was walking on the pavement and I was getting to the pavement. And we smiled and said hello to each other and I just went, there's a crowd. I don't want crowds. I never wanted crowds when I used to get them all the time. Adele liked it in India. Crowds of children the moment we arrived anyway. get warm, don't you? Shinshendu, I got from the book from Julie about the poetry immortals. Yozan, not to the good. I think it's probably Shinshendu or something. I can't remember, but in my head I remembered it for years as Shinshendu, and I didn't mind it that I was wrong, because it makes it more my invention. It's amazing what you can do by accidental design. Hatches, patches, and dispatches. Speech. Oh! See? It was around the time I said to Mum, I can tell the rest now. Because just like a note or a phrase, etc., you can just start playing with on music. I can do with stories because I can even remember sometimes. Well, I can see Romanian. A Romanian lady, beautiful Romanian lady actually. She shadowed me for a day or so. And we kept in touch for quite a long time. But I was just thinking today, a year and a half ago, it's a year and a half since my phone number worked. And I did remember, I thought, I don't know where the SIM is, because I got a new one a couple of months ago. And then I was like, it's in the phone that died. 3 weeks ago then, at the first band, pipe and drum band, in Dornach.